Hello, today I'm going to be breaking down the Mafia Old Country trailer bit by bit, and this is to see what we have installed for the next upcoming game next year, so let's get into it.
In this room.
Firstly, the protagonist. His name is Enzo Favara, who is described as who journeys from a childhood of indentured labour in Sicily's sulphur mines to joining the Teresi crime family. So it's just going to be another rags to riches story with, as we've seen plenty of times before, with Vito and Tommy Angelo. So he's going to start off as a miner and then somehow lose his job and then being recruited into the Teresi crime family as usual, as the story goes. As we all know, that the game is set in the early 1900s in the town of San Celeste, Sicily. But again, this isn't the first time we've been there before, so please check out my other video on San Celeste, as there's more to dive into there that I can't really go into on this video.
Are bound by blood.
But he eventually joins the ranks of the powerful Teresi crime family clan that is headed by Don Teresi. That's the only information we know about Don Teresi, and here's a picture of him. Again, we'll probably be getting some more information about him soon. But yeah, I'm assuming he's going to be like a fearful character who has an interesting backstory. So, as we can see here, that a rifle will be available as a weapon of choice. So that's something different than usual. I can't remember the last time I had rifles in Mafia. It might have been Mafia 3, but I'm not 100% sure. So that'll be decent, something different, I suppose. In this scene, we see Enzo take a figure hostage away from the royal box in the opera, which is only reserved especially at that time for the people of high status or really wealthy individuals. Again, we are not privy to why this happens, but it can't be for any good reason. This guy seems to be an important, serious figure within the family. We've seen him a few times during the trailer, but being involved with Enzo on jobs and such, and could possibly be like a mentor-style relationship, as he's older and no doubt been in the family longer. Again, we don't have a name for him, but again, the name will eventually come once the other trailers start coming in. He has another character that appears a few times, but again, he hasn't got a name either, so I just call him Unknown Best Friend or Unknown Friend. I can only assume this guy is Enzo's friend, as many times during the trailer we see him by his side, even during his initiation. There's a scene where Enzo is still working at the mines, and it points a knife at him unexpected of his presence, which could be the first time they meet, and him possibly recruiting Enzo for the family/clan. Yeah, so that's all the information we got on him. So the kind of like, Paulie, the new Paulie, let's say. This female character could potentially be a love interest within the game. She seems to be a rich woman, possibly from her parents' wealth, as like a young lady wouldn't be as rich by herself in them days anyway. She has like a green silk dress and gold jewellery, as well as she's looking healthy and clean, the opposite of what Enzo is at the start. I figure the scenes with his short buzz-cut hair happened before the Mafia days, as his outfits are always scruffy, along with himself. Again, just in his mining days, of course he's going to be scruffy. With the scenes taking place because his hair is shorter, and then early on the trailer when he's got long hair. See, a van could be seen here, which confirms vans will be able to drive. That's exciting. Not. Back to the scene I was referencing. There's Enzo with he's donning his scruffy clothing, which proves it is obviously his mining days, let's be honest. Which could be leading to the unknown friend recruiting us, like I said, touched on earlier. Revolvers, again, will be returning from Mafia 1, as obviously there's revolvers were the state-of-the-art fucking weaponry back then. Horses and luxury vehicles are available to ride, which will mark the first time to make animals rideable, so that's something new, I suppose. That'll be bit decent. That'll be pretty decent. It'd be like Red Dead Redemption all over again.
I swear,
He has the type of car we'll be able to drive, which would obviously save us long trips while roaming the countryside. This guy could be what the police officers wear throughout the game, or perhaps a soldier. I tried to do some more research on the uniforms, but I couldn't find anything resembling this uniform, especially with the yellow band around his arm. Again, that's what kind of made us think he's definitely a police officer, but he's dressed like a soldier, so anything's possible. Enzo and his crew are hostile towards him, so I'm only assuming that they'll be one type of enemies we get to kill during the game. I'm thinking this could be the love interest woman again, in full swing of trying to keep Enzo from doing something. As she's holding his hand. As you can see to the right, she's got like wispy hair, just the same as what we've seen before. But yeah, we don't have her name, so it's kind of like a nameless video at the minute. Here we have some sort of roofless vehicle that Enzo and his friend are leaning on. It resembles a Jeep, but that's obviously impossible because they weren't invented then. So I'm not sure what it is, but it doesn't have a roof, and it's drivable. Of course, the Lupara is going to be making an appearance. That is like the staple weapon in the Mafia underworld, as we've all seen The Godfather.
Welcome, Enzo.
So altogether, I think the trailer was pretty epic. Like, I loved how it showcased the authenticity of Sicily during the 1900s. As someone who's been to Corleone and I've toured the town, I've seen it, and which is obviously San Celeste is based around. But again, that's in the other video. It hits a pretty nail on the head, really. I predict that the story will be Enzo as a miner, gets fired or somehow loses his job and is unable to provide for himself until the unknown friend offers him a better life with the Teresi family, and then delves himself deeper into the life. Could potentially go through the years until the downfall of the Mafia in Sicily due to Mussolini's reign, which on the top of my head, I think that was the late 30s. Could be wrong. So here are a few screenshots that were released for gameplay, showing us Enzo collecting some protection money from a farmer couple who are currently begging him not to take their money because they're probably going to go into poverty. So funnily enough, that is Tommy Angelo's backstory. So obviously he's from San Celeste, and his parents were farmers, and then he had to immigrate to the US because the family didn't have money anymore because they were getting extorted by the Mafia. So this could potentially, I say it very lightly because this could potentially be the Angelo family getting their money taken off them, but because it was so common in the time for this to happen, this could be any other farmer this is happening to. Thirdly, it shows Enzo in action using a rifle against an enemy in the woods. So yeah, I'm glad that it's not just stuck in the city, that you can go into the countryside and basically take in its natural beauty of Sicily. I'm assuming that Engine 5 is going to make it look absolutely gleaming. But yeah, that's all I've got. Please put in the comments if I've missed anything. I don't think I have, because I've watched it like over 100 times. Getting pretty excited for it, to be fair. But yeah, subscribe and stay tuned for more of these videos, and no doubt it's going to be a great game. So I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.